Hi, this is Frida. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be demonstrating how to crochet this lovely stitch. It's called a waffle stitch. On my previous tutorials I demonstrated how to crochet in square. I have never crocheted waffle stitch in my life. Can you believe it? It's true. Mostly I get custom orders for knitting, but crocheting I don't. And I just wondered how it would turn out to make a baby blanket, which I had these yarns, just show you, in my stash for years. I don't know when I bought it, probably when Zellers were open years ago, and they were on sale. So I bought 2 balls of this yarn, and it's not that worsted yarn. So I thought this would be perfect. It says moth proof, color fast, shrink proof. So it's not going to shrink. It's 100% acrylic. It's about 6 ounces, 170 grams. So I'm just trying to figure out. So I chained multiple of 3. And then, it's hard to show because it's pretty long. I wanted to have it about a meter long. Meter long would be about 40 inches. Yeah. So I chained just a regular, I used my chainless foundation because I didn't want it to stretch. And this is how it looks like so far. So I'm going to show you. I didn't really have time to crochet on this, so I just, when I started, I did. And today I will be demonstrating using this yarn. I found it in my stash, and it's not worsted, because usually cotton yarns are pretty worsted, like they're thick compare. So I thought this isn't thick at all, and it's cotton. It can be used as a dishcloth later on. Just show you compared to my other worsted yarns. See here, this is worsted. It's pretty thick. So if I do the waffle stitch, it's going to be huge, so I didn't want to use it. So I looked in my stash and I found this thinner yarn. So I would suggest you to crochet it with a thinner yarn. It shows more delicate as this baby blanket. I think it's going to turn out pretty well the way it looks like. So I will show you. Just chain multiple of 3. And chain as long as you want. If you want to do a baby blanket, you are welcome to. But I'm going to just chain about 9 inches long for a dishcloth, 9 to 8 inches. And I think that would be 32 chain. So we'll see. On this tutorial, we will be using the double crochet method and the front post method here, as you can see. And when you turn our work here, it looks totally different. Then it looks like a different. I like it. It looks nice too. So here we will be doing 2 front post. It gives you that 3D look. I like it. Like you can put your finger in here, your thumb, your finger. You can point it. That goes in. It's like a waffle. Same like a waffle when you have when you have breakfast. You put the maple on, it goes in. So it gives you that 3D look if you look at it. And I thought it was unique, and I like 3D looks, especially for baby blankets, like the 2A. It looks different. So let's get started. Let me just put this here and just put this aside so you won't get confused. And the mustard. Must have done something with it, and this was the leftover. So I don't have a label what to use, so I'm going to just use my regular crochet hook. My 3 well, this is a 4. So that's okay. To do my chainless, get this, yeah, better. To do my chainless, I don't chain anymore. I love this method. I'm happy that I found it. And it's way easy. So Just going to chain total of 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to go yarn over, and I'm going to go in between the first chain that I did. Just pull it and pull it at 1, 2. And this is all to it. I think this is a little bit thick. Yeah, the crochet hook is a little bit thick, so I'm going to grab my 3.25. Yeah, because it's hard to go between these, or you can just go, if you're having a hard time, just go between, just like this. So this is all to it. Instead of doing chaining and then you do multiple of 3 chains, and then on the first row you do double crochet on each row, 2-step chaining, and then doing the double crochet on each row. You can do that way too as well, but I like this method. It's a shortcut. And this is how it looks like when you turn it. It's already a double crochet. You don't have to chain and come back and try to go in between the chains. Yeah, so try to go in between these two, just like this. And do about multiple of 3. And I'll meet you back. I think 32 would be perfect for a dishcloth from my way I do it. But if you want to make a baby blanket, you are welcome to. It's hard to show for a baby blanket on a tutorial. Takes days. Just wanted to do a short, even this short one takes over 30 minutes. Yeah, so continue, and I'll meet you at where you want to. I have a knot here. I hate knots. I'll meet you when we start the first row. I have crocheted about just over 9 inches. It's hard to see. Let me, yeah. Okay, so we're going to start the first row of this lovely stitch. You can make baby blankets, cardigans, anything with this. It's very nice. Okay, so I hate this blurry. Here we go. Oh, still blurry. Chain 2. Turn your work. Do a double crochet on the first chain you see in the first, just like this. Okay, so we did the first double crochet, and we're going to do a front post. To do that, we're going to go between these two, just like this, and do a double crochet, just a regular double crochet. This way, doing a front post makes this stitch go further, as you can see. It gives that 3D look. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets on the next 2 stitches, followed by, go in here 1, yarn over, and just do a double crochet onto the next stitch. And this is all to it. So these are the methods, these 3 steps. And we're going to do a next post, front post, go between these 2, this, just like this, or you can go. This makes the stitch go further front. It pushes. And then we're going to do 2 followed by the next 2 stitches. We're just going to do double crochet. 1 front post, This is the front of the work. And this is the back of the work. When you look at the back, these two stitches looks like they're on the front, and this one, the front post, looks like it's done on the back. So this is all to it. So we crochet 2 double crochets, followed by the 2 stitches. And we do a front post. I didn't count my chains. Well, we'll see how it's going to end up. And this is all to it. Doesn't it look nice? Double crochet. Front post. And continue crocheting like this, and I will meet you at the end where we're going to start doing our third row, the back of the work. Okay, so I'm almost at the last, and it looks like I didn't do 3 multiple of 3. I did an extra, so that's okay. We can unravel that. That's no problem. So I did my front post. I did my 2 double crochet. I am going to do my front post just like this, and then I am going to do a double crochet. And this is supposed to be, if you do the multiple of 3, then you would be done, but it looks like I did extras, so I can unravel that. That would be no problem at all. And let's say we didn't have these extras, you would be done, and then you would just turn your work. So this is how you built up your waffle stitch, and you can turn your work. You can either chain 1 or chain 2. It's up to you. If your yarn is thick, I would advise you to chain 1. And if your yarn is fine line like this, you can chain 2. So onto the first stitch that you see, the base stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. So every time you turn, your first base stitch is supposed to be a double crochet, just like this. So what we did on the back, we're going to do the opposite. These 2 stitches, we're going to do front post to give that 3-day look, to give that trying to push it to the front. We do the front post to give that look, and then we do a double crochet. So we're doing the opposite what we did on the first row. Okay, and just unravel these. They don't look good at all. I'm just going to grab one of my needles here that I have. It's time consuming. Yeah, you just unravel it, and then I wanted to show you, but yeah, it's time consuming. Let's skip that part. I'll do that later. So you just continue crocheting like this all the way. You do 1 double crochet, 2 front post. Just like this. You do 1 double crochet, 2 front post. One double crochet, following next stitch, 2 front post. So I went to the wrong side. Oh, it's correct. Then you do 2 front post. So continue crocheting like this all the way to the end, followed by 2 front post, 1 double crochet, 2 front post, 1 double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end. And this would be the second row of the waffle stitch, and we will do the third row. We will do the beginning what we did earlier. So it's just a repeat of these 2 rows. And this is how you create the waffle stitch. Okay, so far I did 2 double crochet, 1 front post, and I went into that last where we did the 2 chain. Looks like a funny stitch here, so we're just going to go between and then do just a double crochet and chain 1 or 2, it's up to you. I prefer the 2, and I'm going to do my first double crochet onto the first stitch just like this, and then I'm just going to repeat. I'm going to do a front post, 2 double crochet following stitches, and then I'm going to do a front post. So I'm just repeating what we did on the first row, and this is how it looks like so far. Two double crochet, 1 front post. You can crochet as long as you want for this crocheting this stitch. Either you can make a border, and I unraveled, remember we had a little bump here, 2 extra stitches, so I unraveled them. I will weave this later. You can either do a single crochet edge, or it's up to you, it's your own preference. It does a little bit go like this when you crochet, but it will be fixed if you block it, no problem at all. And this is how you crochet the waffle stitch. It's repeat of 2 rows, and it gives you this nice texture. So I just wanted to share you this tutorial how to crochet this lovely stitch. It's very easy and simple, and it looks great. And I hope you like this tutorial. Share it with your family and friends, and happy crocheting!